everybody. I got distracted. I'm Leslie with the Plaid Poodle. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to kind of chat for a minute here while we wait for people to join on. I was kind of came up with a last minute idea to share during today's Coffee and a Card. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. If you're here in the States, it's Wednesday. If you're somewhere else in the world, it's, I don't know what day it is. I think, isn't Australia a day ahead of us? Hi, Carol. Good to see you. I think Australia, like it's in the morning tomorrow now. No, I think in our evening, it's in the morning. So like at 7 p.m. tonight, it's going to be tomorrow in Australia, tomorrow morning. Anyway, I kind of watch a live thing on Tuesday nights that's out of Australia, and they're doing it live, and it's 10 a.m. in the morning, and it's usually 7 p.m. here. So that's how I know that. Oh, hi, Donna. Watch for Jack Stack Martin City Grand reopening specials all week and weekend. Awesome! I didn't even know they were closed. The Jack Stack over here in Lee Summit is opened. So cool. Yeah, our evening is their morning in Australia. So if you're watching from Australia, g'day, mate. I don't know what time it is over there, but I think you're on a different day than we are. Okay, today, you guys, I had to switch things really quickly because my Stampin' Up order came like at 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. It usually comes like at 8 o'clock at night. And so they did stay open. You've ordered for Friday. You've already got your order in for Friday. Takeout Friday. Awesome. I've taken myself off sugar. So I don't know. That would be very tempting. This is day, what day is it? Day 8? Day 8 of no sugar. And I'll tell you, I have noticed I was exhausted for the first 4 days. And I took myself off caffeine too, but I decided that was too much all at once. So I do have my cup of coffee in the morning, and I will allow myself an occasional iced tea. So I'm not overloading the caffeine. But I took myself off sugar, and I was exhausted for about the first 4 days. And I'm trying to kind of see how am I feeling. And I have noticed I am so much more calm. I don't get agitated. It's hard, you guys can't believe that I could get agitated, but things don't get on my nerves as much. So that's one thing I've noticed. And I've noticed I don't get really hungry. I'm trying to eat a lot of vegetables, healthy fats, and I think the healthy fats are helping me not get hungry. Like I made scrambled eggs this morning, and I didn't use butter, but I used a little olive oil, and that's supposedly a healthy fat. And I'm not hungry. I haven't eaten anything. So I have noticed that, and I have noticed I'm just a lot more at ease. So anyway, there's your nutrition lesson for today. If you have any low-carb recipes that you love, please share, because I'm learning all of this. I'm not doing dairy, I'm not doing sugar, I'm not doing starchy vegetables, so or like bread or all that. Anything that tastes good, I'm not eating it. So I went down a rabbit trail, didn't I? Okay, I wanted to share, don't forget let me do my camera here. I'll show you the bundle we're going to be working with. My order came today, so I got a new little bundle. And I'll tell you why I like this bundle in just a second. The August Hostess gift. If you place an order with me during the month of August and use the August Hostess code, your name will go into a drawing to receive the Flying Home stamp set. So if your order is over $150, don't use a host code because you will earn your own Hostess rewards and be able to choose your own Hostess rewards. Okay, today we're going to make 2 cards, so I should quit blabbering on. And we're using the, hey Betty, how are you? We're using the Celebration Tidings stamp set with the coordinating dies, and I didn't have time to cut these out so you could kind of see what you get. But there are 15 dies, and I really just wanted the dies, but when you purchase the bundle, because these dies are going to be mainstays, these are real good label dies that I'll use for everything. But you save 10% if you order it as a bundle, so why not get the stamp set too? And you've got all these holidays mixed in there. So it's a good, I always like to get stuff that I can use for more than one thing. And so I love this. That's why I ordered this set as opposed to some of the other Halloween sets. Because I wanted a little something for Halloween, but not a whole lot. So we're going to use that bundle. It's on page 58 of the Holiday Mini. And we're going to use the Plaid Tidings Designer Series paper. It's got all kinds of color. Look at this Madras plaid. I love that. This blue is pretty too, but there's some Halloween. We're going to use that print today. They're double-sided. You get 48 sheets. This would be a good Halloween print too. Anyway, so I'm using that paper and this bundle. If you don't have a catalog, I would love to send you one. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, just let me know and I'll get one in the mail to you. I mailed one yesterday to someone. So the first card is going to be an autumn card. We're going to use the dies, and it's a Z-fold card. We're using 2 of the label dies. So to make, this is just a real simple Z-fold card. This is a real go-to and real easy, but it looks like you did something fancy. Hi, Kathy. So you want to take an half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 inch paper. You're going to cut it on the 4 1/4 inch side. So you've got an 11 inch by 4 1/4 inch, 4 1/4 inch wide card. Then you're going to score it with your scoring blade or your bone folder, whatever, at 5 1/2. That would be the middle to make your card base. And then you're going to have another little fold over here at 2 3/4. This is your front flap. So score it at 2 3/4. I already had done this, but I wanted you guys to see. So basically 2 3/4, 5 1/2. And that makes your little, it's a Z. That's why they call it a Z fold. Your little fold. Basically you're taking the front flap and dividing it in half. Thank you, Susan. Isn't the plaid pretty? It's very on trend. Okay, so then it's just a lot of layers. This is a layer card. So let's just start putting layers together and then we'll do our stamping. For the inside of the card, I'm taking a piece of Cajun Craze. And if you guys want measurements, this will all be posted on my blog, theplaidpoodle.com, later this afternoon. And if you can just hop on over there, and I always include a project recipe with all the paper measurements. But this is a 5 1/4 by 4, and then I'm putting a layer of the Plaid Tidings paper over it, and it is 3 3/4 by 5. And then we're just going to put that on the inside of our card. Isn't that pretty already? And then the little layer that we're going to do on the front flap, this piece is 4 by 2.5, and this plaid piece is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. I've basically cut them down 1/4 of an inch smaller than the layer they're covering, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to put that on that Z-fold right there. This makes me want to decorate for fall when I start looking at all these colors. I just love it. And fall is my favorite time to kind of get my house decorated. The rest of the year I kind of ignore it. Okay, for our stamping, we're going to do a little stamping and a little coloring. Hi, Loopy. Yeah, these are fall colors, harvest colors. I'm not a, what do they drink at the Starbucks? The pumpkin spice. It's too sweet for me. And now that I'm off sugar, it's out of my league. Okay, I'm taking a piece of, how big is it? Well, it doesn't matter because I'm using my Stamparatus just because it's easier for me. And I've placed these two images on here, and they're two separate stamps, so you can make them as narrow or as wide as you need for your sentiment. So you don't have to use the always grateful sentiment. You could do thank you, or, you know, whatever. You could use whatever sentiment. I use the always grateful from the set. But I thought it was really clever of Stampin' Up! To include that, to make it two pieces. Sometimes they would make that just one stamp with a space to put the sentiment. So I like that they did that. I'm going to use, fall is your favorite time of the year. I'm a summer girl, but I like to kind of get my house cozy and decorated in the fall. Like, I'm ready to start bringing out the fall decor. I'm kind of sick. Well, we've all been sitting around our homes since March. I'm ready to kind of update some things. I get that way in the fall. We're really not in the fall yet. I'm going to do one more little thing in there. I think I need to re-ink my memento. Ugh, I don't like that at all. It's smeared. We'll go do the back. Should have left well enough alone. There we go. I have my little thing in there. Okay, I think I'll put the sentiment on after no, let's just go ahead and do it while we're here. I went ahead and set up my Stamparatus to do this. It's going to be a bad winter. What do you mean, Loopy? Like really, or Kathy, do you mean like cold and snow? If we ought to be in the house anyway. Everybody's working from home. I heard there won't be snow days because kids will be learning from home. Okay, did you guys see what I did there? I just had the sentiment on the flip side of the plate, and I had already set that up to stamp. But you do not need a stamp placement tool to use this. I just kind of did it for ease and quickness. Cold and lots of snow. Ugh. Well, 2020. I don't know about 2020. All right, then I just did a little coloring, so let me do this real quick. I'm using the Pumpkin Pie Stampin' Blends for the pumpkins. Of course you have to use pumpkin pie. And I just came in with the light marker, and then I'm going to go back with the dark marker and add a little shading. I am not a coloring expert by any means. I just kind of do what I do. But I do like the blends because you don't really need to be an expert. You probably can't see, but you can just add a little bit of shading with the darker color. And then I just used the light Old Olive to color in all the leaves. I didn't do any blending. I just colored them all in. This is what takes forever. It's the coloring. But it's fun. It's relaxing too. You guys like to color? I love the blends. I have taken some Copic classes. In fact, I'm certified. But I just find the blends are so much easier. I'm not an artiste by any means, and my certification is just for, like the basics. But I think the blends are easy and they're a good value. They're cheaper than the others. I think they're a great thing. Okay, we got these little leaves down here. Okay, and then the last thing I did on this coloring was I took a dark Cajun Craze and these little round berry things. I just kind of put some color on them. And I also took the dark cinnamon cider and colored the pumpkin stems. I think cinnamon cider is becoming one of my new favorite colors. I seem to use it all the time. Okay, now we're going to cut this out with one of the dies. I can find out what I did with them. Yeah, when you mess up. Now, do you guys have one of the, I don't know if I've talked about this very often, but it's a color lifter. If you have the blends, you should get a color lifter. You need it because if you go outside the line a little bit, you can just kind of daub this, whatever it is, on it, and it'll pull that color right out of your, mess up. And then it dries, and it's like an eraser for the blends. So if you don't have a color lifter and you have blends, you should get one. I use it a lot. Okay, then I'm using the second from the smallest to cut this out, and then I also cut out a Cajun Craze background out of the third from the smallest, out of a piece of Cajun Craze. So let's do that real fast. I should mention the color lifter more often. because if you don't really know about it, you guys, I hope I'm not getting my head in there. I'm just trying to make sure we're centered. These dies are really helpful, I noticed, because of these little indents. You can center things really well with them. I'll show you on our next card that I used that a lot. I needed to know where to center things a lot. Alrighty. Okay, here's our card base. And I just popped this up onto the other label with dimensionals. I love the Stampin' Blends because, well, the reason I started doing Stampin' Up, or when I was introduced to Stampin' Up, the thing I loved the best was they took all the thinking of putting things together, the colors. Then you can just save. This is for our inside. Okay. It took the thinking out of it. Like, I can pull my inks and all my embellishments out of the colors, and they make everything to coordinate. And that was the main reason I started going to Stampin' Up classes. And then I just said, heck a fire. I am, why don't I kind of just joined for the discount. And then I started sharing it with friends, and we started doing the classes, and one thing led to another, and here I am. So, but that's what I love the most about Stampin' Up, and that's what I started. My markers match, my inks, everything matches. Because I don't really have an artistic brain, about with color, and, probably it would be nice to take a color theory class or something. But, time probably would be a good thing. Okay, I'm using the cinnamon cider, and I just like that for you. It says just for you, and I what do you call it? Masked it off. So it says always grateful for you. So to mask it off, y'all know I like to do this. I just put a piece of washi tape on the just part so that the for you is open to accept ink. And I went ahead and cut this label out. It's the same size as this label for the inside. And it's Whisper White. The plaid paper is a Whisper White background, not a Very Vanilla, which is kind of different, right? Then don't forget to peel off your mask, your washi tape. I've done that a few times. I get too excited. And there's the for you, and then there's a little heart image. So I thought we need the little heart in here too. So I put the little heart right there. Okay, and then I just adhered it. Oh, they would be awesome place cards, Letha. Yes! That is so awesome. How are you? You snuck on. Don't you girls love that idea? Just use this part and put it up even on just like a little clothespin or something at everybody's place. Oh my gosh, such a good idea. I always have grand visions for our holiday meals, but it's mass chaos at my house. We got 4 kids under the age of 7. It's pretty mass chaos. Okay, that is the card. That's the first card. I love it. I think it's so cute. Okay, the next card we're going to do, I think would be a fun shaker card. If I had had time, we would have done 3 cards. We would have done a Christmas card because all those holidays are on the stamp set. So this is the next card. And after I was done with it, I thought if I had put a window sheet under there, this could be a nice shaker card. But I didn't. I just did layers. And I'm still using the same paper, same stamp set, and same dies. My card base is thick whisper white, and it's, again, I cut a piece of 8.5 by 11 inch paper in half at 4 1/4. So it's going to go this way. And I just got a kooky feeling to round all the edges. I thought it would be kind of different. So I'm using this punch by Stampin' Up. It has different things, but it does have a corner rounder. I use the corner rounder the most. And then I'm going to round just the one corner of both these pieces, both my layers. This basic black layer, which is 5 1/4 by 4. And again, look on my blog later today, and I will have all the paper measurements. I usually hop off of here and do my post and include all that. Okay, so we are going to adhere this to the basic black, the designer series paper to the basic black, and I'm going to use liquid glue because we're going to cut out of both layers, and I want to make sure it's really, it's not going to pull apart right here where it cuts. So I want it to be adhered on there pretty well. That's why I use liquid glue. I didn't want it to peel back after we die cut it. Okay, now we're going to cut the middle out with, I think I used the second, no, I must have used this one. Yes. It is the third from the largest die from here, not from our card. I'll lay that aside. And then when I just logged on, I decided to show you how to use the leftover from this card. So you're not wasting it. You could use it for another Z-fold card, or I'll show you what I did. Ah, everything's stuck. Probably shouldn't have put this on here. It's going to peel off okay. Okay, so So we're going to save this for another project. It would make a great Z-fold card too. You could just make another card like this and use this for your, and just use your smaller label. But I'm going to show you another idea in just a minute. Okay, so the trickiest part of this card is just getting your placement, because we stamped this image twice, and I used my Stamparatus again for this. I just put that on the other plate. They're not placed right now. Just so I could kind of figure out what I was doing. And I don't want to glue this down right now. Because some of it kind of goes underneath the layer, if you know what I mean. But I did want to use it for my placement, so I'm using my magnets. It fits perfectly right by this first little divot in the frame. And then here's this little divot that kind of helps you know that's the center. And there's that divot to let you know that that's the center. So they're really helpful in your placement. I want to make sure, sorry about my head, everything's centered. Okay, now I'm going to take this off and stamp. And I think I'm going to do this one different. I'm going to do the Happy Haunting in Pumpkin Pie. Because after I did this one, I thought we need a little bit more color in there. So I'm going to try and ink these up. They're kind of close together. If I had my little Stampin' spots, that would work better, actually, than what I'm trying to do now. But we'll get through it. I think we'll be okay. Oh, putz. I just thought we'd get through it. I don't want any black on my orange. I just came up with this idea right this minute, so you know. If I had thought about it ahead of time, I would have gotten a Stampin' Spot and used the pumpkin pie for that. A smaller little square of ink. What's nice about these inks is they don't dry real fast, so we have a minute. Okay, let's see what happens. I think I got a little black on my orange, but that's okay. On my pumpkin pie. It looks kind of cool with that little black up there. Okay, now we have to do the other end. This one. I'm going to move that out of the way. And again, I'm going to use this to kind of determine my placement. Okay, and then I'm going to take my other little spider web and put him right there. Does that look straight, y'all? It's hard when I can't get over top of it. I don't want y'all to see my head. My thinning hair. Oh my gosh. There we go. It might have been easier just to eyeball this after I've gone to all this trouble. And just to use a block. There we go. Oh, that little edge. Probably because the magnet. There we go. Okie dokie. Woo! That was tough. Are y'all with me? Okay, now we just put it together. We're going to put this on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And this is a time that if you would put a window sheet on there, that would be a really cute shaker card. Yeah, all the swirlies on that one. I think it looks so much better with the purple Happy Haunting. What do y'all think? You like it better? I don't want my dimensionals to show. There we go. I think one more right here. You like both of them, Loopy? Have you been making Halloween cards yet, Loopy? I know you love Halloween. Okay, so I put that on there, and then I'm going to stamp the little spider images on a scrap of Whisper White with the pumpkin pie. And I just put 3 little spiders on there. And the die set comes with 2 spider dies, so you can cut out 2 at a time, which that's kind of nice. I always like it when they kind of give you an extra. It also comes with 2 heart dies and these little sprigs and these little things that I haven't figured out what to do with yet. But they just came this morning, y'all, at 9, so I'll figure it out. It's kind of early. Where was I yesterday? And they had fall stuff out, and I thought, it's just too hot for me to think about it right now. It's a little early yet for me. I'm just going to use a little liquid glue. Oh, my hair looks good. Thank you. I didn't wash it this morning, Betty. I had a hair appointment yesterday. It's kind of flat right now. I'm a big hair girl, so but yeah. Thank you. I can't decide if I want to grow it out or not. So it's kind of it's in a flux right now. Oh, I decided I want to put a mini dimensional on here. Put our little creepy crawly guy right there. And then I had this one kind of coming down. I'm using the mini dimensionals. Oh, you already have the plaid paper? I think it's versatile because you can use it for everything. It's not necessarily a holiday pack of paper. I mean, some of it is most definitely, but you can't decide how you want your hair either. Hair, ugh, hair's hard. Mine is so fine and thin. Okay, I really like it with I didn't put anything on the inside. You could put the for you, just for you, and stick a little gift card in there, right, for Halloween if you're sending something to grandkids or kiddos. Then we had this left over, so I was going to show you, like I showed you, it would make a great another Z-fold card. Just use that. Use that for that. Or this was in the catalog. Score it right down the middle. Thank you, Donna. Score it right down the middle with your bone folder or your, I'm going to use my scoring blade. And then fold it in half. And here's what I did. I used a little treat bag. Now I'm going to have to put a tag over this. You chopped your hair off for the summer? That's a good time to chop off your hair. It's been, well, we had a great week or two there, and now we're back to the humidity, and my hair just doesn't do anything in the humidity. It's terrible, terrible. Anyway, oh, here we go. I used these bags. They're little cellophane bags, 3x9, printed gusseted cellophane bags. And then I fold it, you know, you fill it with your treats. And they're food safe as well. You can cut them off to whatever height you want or fold them over. And then I just put the little label on top. I stapled it, and I haven't finished it yet, but you could just, where's the catalog? Because they had a picture. That's why I decided to do it at the last minute. Here we go. On page 58. Just make little goodie bags with those leftover die cuts that you cut out. So that'll go too. I'll get a couple of those ready for grandkids. That is our cards for today. If I would have had time, I would have done a Christmas one. Thank you, guys. Half a gas spray. That's what I say, Letha. I use Paul Mitchell Freeze and Shine, and even then, like today, it has no hold. It's just all... Anyway, hair is hair. But we're all beautiful, right? Thank you, girls, for dropping in. And if I can answer any questions, let me know, or help you with anything. I'm here. You know where to find me. Hey, Joy. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.